Well, today we have an interesting topic to cover, which has to deal with the singer Shakira and her boyfriend, who's, I guess, a soccer player. And so they're on different schedules, and apparently he's real strict and punctual, and she's kind of one of those creatives that just kind of goes with the wind, and so it creates a lot of friction, apparently. And so if somebody, in my personal perception, Este's going to get into the article here in a second, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're all adults here, and if you respect and value somebody's time, you show up on time. If you don't value and respect their time, then you don't. I mean, that's the bottom line. It communicates that you don't think their time is worth you showing up when you're supposed to. And if somebody has a value that you say what you mean what you say. If you commit to something, you follow through on it. And then you got somebody that's perpetually late. No, I can't make it. It just shows they don't care. And if you're in an intimate relationship like these two are, that's going to create problems. So what's going on in the world of Shakira?
So let's get into who Shakira is and
She's pretty hot.
Who her baby daddy, as she calls. So Shakira is a Colombian singer and songwriter. Everybody knows that she popped off with the song Waka Waka, and she met her partner Pique, who is a Spanish professional soccer player who plays for La Liga Club Barcelona, during that music video. Waka Waka was a music video and song for the FIFA Cup.
So they got two kids together?
Yes, they currently have two kids together, Milan and Sasha. And they did meet in the music video for Waka Waka.
So he was in her music video?
Yeah.
So she's just living her life. He's living his life, and just boop. And that's how most people meet in the real world. Maybe through a social function or a friend's birthday party or their next door neighbor's barbecue. That's typically how it happens for the average person. And so he's just living his life, crushing it, obviously being a successful soccer player, and then boom, he meets Shakira. Mm-hmm. And they lived happily ever after, almost.
Mm-hmm. So Shakira appeared at the Planet Weirdo with Holly H podcast. And when she was in that podcast, she spilled like different things of her career and her partner. So in the interview, she revealed that there were different upbringings. She's Colombian and he's Spanish, Catalan. And they don't.
Oh yeah, I know all about Colombian time. Like Caroline is educated all of us on that.
Yeah.
We got the Caroline Colombian time experience. We love her though, of course.
Shakira said they don't see eye to eye when it comes to punctuality, which sometimes leads to arguments. Well, especially in the beginning of the relationship when they started. Quote, my poor husband / boyfriend / baby daddy, whatever you want to call him, he has to wait up for me so long. He's tired of waiting up, she said in a laugh on the podcast. And she continues to say, because Colombian time is not the same as Catalonian time, Spanish time.
Yeah, he needs to give her, the quickest way to get somebody else's attention is to remove yours. And so if they're supposed to be at a certain time and she's late and he's tired, I'd be going to bed. He's like, sorry, babe, you missed me. You missed my sexy voice last night.
But Shakira explains how strict the soccer team is.
Give her the gift of missing you. But she'll value it more. He becomes more scarce. She starts to value it more. Then she starts to wonder. You got to set and enforce healthy boundaries. And if he's acting like a doormat and constantly waiting around on her and getting jerked around, people are late. Things happen. But when it's perpetual, especially if he's waiting around hours, it's like, I wouldn't be waiting around hours. I don't care who you are. Reach out when you reach out, and if I'm awake, we'll talk. If not, maybe tomorrow, babe.
Shakira's scheduled because she's a singer and songwriter. She's always in the studio. She's there up like for hours. So technically, it's not her fault. Yeah, but
that's the father of her child.
Can be, yeah.
If it was a priority for her, she would make time.
So then she went in to explain how strict the soccer team is.
She probably wears the pants.
And, quote, he's very strict, very punctual. It's like the army there, end quote.
She does it probably to torque him off as well. He probably gets a little perturbed.
Shakira, who's 45, and her partner Pique, who is 35, so he's much younger, has been part of the soccer team for a while now, and he's used to being in a strict environment, regimented
Dominated
schedule,
by a woman.
Unlike the singer. She continues to say, his mind is structured like that, and mine, I've become a lot more punctual since I met him. So since the beginning, it was a bit rocky, but she confessed that throughout time, she was getting better at it. Getting better at being on time, and she continued to say that usually the times they actually fight is because she's late and he's waiting up. As
Yeah,
we
he
said
shouldn't be waiting
earlier.
up. If she continue, once or twice I can understand, but if it's continual and it's like, hey, we got a certain window. If you don't show up, I'm going to bed. Bye-bye. I'll catch you tomorrow, babe.
Then she continues to say, I've always been working. It doesn't matter if I need to work on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Monday. It's the same, she said. So I completely lost the notion of time.
It's just not important to her. That's her story. That's her excuse.
Well,
she's 45. He's 35. She's Shakira. He lets her get away with it. He gets upset, and she continues to do it. Best way is be unperturbed, and hey, if you miss me, you miss me.
Well, with them, I actually understand her side, and I'm glad like they worked it out. But they do have two different work schedules. It's just like Adele and her partner
You're
really
justifying
different.
her behavior. It's disrespectful.
It's not. It could be in a way, but
it's disrespectful.
If they work for it,
it's disrespectful. He's supposed to be her rock, her mountain. She should be looking forward to the time that she gets to hear her man's voice. But instead, she's like, we've been together 10 years. We got a couple kids. Whatever. I'm busy.
I did a little bit of research, and I did find like an article in Psychology Today because I did want to see if punctuality is important. And according to Psychology Today,
it communicates respect. Do you well, here's the other flip side. People who don't respect themselves, people who don't value their own time, typically don't value other people's time. Mm-hmm. And if she, if a woman doesn't respect a man, she can't love him. And if he continually allows her to get away with being late, and then he gets mad when she's not on time, hey, if she's on time, great, she gets to talk to me. And if not, hey, she can get the gift of missing me. I'm going to be sleeping like a baby either way. It's nice to hear from her, but if she can't make it, she can't make it. I'm not going to run after her. Mm-hmm. She's got to show me that she values me. And somebody that loves you and values you, it's, would she do that to her kids? Again, things happen every now and then, but if it's a perpetual thing, it just shows a lack of respect. Maybe her head's got a little big because, hey, she's Shakira.
I don't think so. Shakira has been humble all these past times. I think more humble than any other
the only thing that matters is what people do, not what they say.
True, their actions.
Obviously in that podcast, she admits she knows she's wrong and she shouldn't do it, but she does it anyways. And she giggles about it. Because deep down, she knows that she kind of likes the fact that it gets under his skin. Because she likes to troll her husband.
But it was like a story to tell that it happened before and that it was getting better. So it not technically is happening now, maybe some few slips, but it's like worked on throughout the time they've been together.
You're justifying it.
That's what I think.
Yeah, you're justifying
But in the article, it does say...
Esty sees herself as a future Shakira. No. I'm going to be late for my man, too.
No, it's just, you got to understand...
She belongs in the streets!
We got to understand the work ethics. Like, for example, I don't know if you know Ronaldo's partner. I forgot her name.
Cristiano
Ronaldo. His work's like he's barely home. Like
she's
the
a
poor
babe.
Girl, she is
His
a babe.
girl's a babe.
But she's a mom and she's taking care of her children. Ronaldo's barely there because of like his work ethic. He's always with soccer. He has like a routine. He has
she should travel with
everything.
Him. That's what Giselle did. She would go to his games and stuff. She would miss him. She's his biggest cheerleader and biggest fan.
Yeah. So in the article,
women vote with their feet. If they're with you, it means they voted for you.
So in the article, what you were saying is true. In some level of punctuality, it's necessary in loving relationships. Lateness can indeed hurt those we love, and we should try to prevent it as much as possible. However, being hurt is determined not merely by the lover who is unpunctual, but also by the way the punctual partner interprets the lover's lateness. All that. That was just one thing that I popped
Yeah, you
out
shouldn't
from
get
the
butthurt
article.
over it, but you should acknowledge that it's rude and it's disrespectful. And if it continually happens, again, you get the gift of missing me. You know, I won't be there when you finally do show up. I'll be snoozing, or I'll be sitting at the beach with a margarita and listening to the ocean while the phone is ringing and you're not talking to me. You can talk to my voicemail assistant.
Voicemail. Well, so
I'm
now
not
we
moving
know.
my ass.
So now we know with you, though, if you do have someone in the life in the future and if they are late, you'll be sleeping, correct?
That's how I've always operated. I still operate. The same girlfriends all the years. And I still get under their nerves. You're an anal retentive jackass. Yep.
Oh, Lord.
But they still stick around after all these decades.
Basically.